In this episode, I'm going to give 3 simple tips for podcast etiquette when you're a guest expert. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for today's episode of Interview Connections TV. I'm here on a Monday, really excited. This is kind of my first official week back in business full time. I've been working for several weeks, but my daughter Lucy, she's 3 months old, and our nanny is now taking her during the mornings and afternoons. So I'm here just getting so much checked off my to-do list. So I'm really excited to be back. And I got a question from somebody recently about podcast etiquette. They're doing their first interview on a podcast and they just wanted some basic tips. You know, your first interview can be kind of nerve-wracking, and you want to make sure you do a good job. You want to make sure it's something that's going to help build your business. So I gave her some tips. I wanted to share them with you here in this video today. So my first tip is to come prepared to the conversation. Even before you're on that recording, even before the host asks you for what they need to be prepared for the interview, have your headshot ready. And you want to have a headshot that is high resolution, that's not a tiny thumbnail, but a really good looking headshot. You want to have your one sheet, and if you don't have a one sheet, you want to make sure you have a bio written in third person so they can use that to introduce you to the interview. You want to have some suggested questions prepared as well as some interview topics in mind, so that way you're showing the host that you have everything you need to be a great guest and you're helping them be prepared for the interview. My second tip, when you are actually in the conversation, your number one goal needs to be providing tons of value to the listeners. Don't worry about how am I going to promote my program? How am I going to bring exposure to my business? Just focus on giving jam-packed, value-packed answers. So many guests out there are given the title of their book and every other answer and saying, well, this is what I do in my business. You just want to focus on giving tons of information, because just by providing a lot of value is going to attract people to you. They're going to want to know more, and then they're going to seek out your website. So my second tip is just to provide tons of value, give really great answers without worrying about how it's going to impact your business. And my third and final tip, it's a really simple one, but be a really great conversationalist. And how you can do that is use the host's name within your answers. So as you're answering a question, you might be giving a story or an anecdote, you want to tie in that person's name. So if the host name is Mike, you're talking Mike, and so you just add it into the conversation. It just really warms up the conversation. Everyone loves hearing their own name. It shows that you're paying attention to them. You just want to help make that host look good. When you make the host look good, they are going to want to make you look good. It's going to make for a really, really great interview. So those are my 3 tips. If you want to learn more about how to get interviewed as a guest expert, keep watching this TV show. Every Tuesday I come out with a new video. Learn how we can work together. Go to interviewconnections.com/guest and you can learn all about how we can get you booked on podcasts in your target market. Check out my podcast, Roads to Success, at rtspodcast.com. And I am Jessica Rhodes. I'm your host. I'm committed to helping you leverage your brand through the power of authority and expertise. Catch us next week for a great episode of Interview Connections TV. Take care, everyone.